If you live in the United States, you'd likely use and see the dollar bill on a regular basis. Purchasing groceries, clothes, toys, vacations, golfing, it all costs at least $1. But other than the fact of knowing that you can use the dollar bill in exchange for goods and services, what else do you know about it? In this video, I'm going to be sharing some of the most interesting things about the dollar bill that many don't know. But before we get started, it would mean the world to me if you would click the subscribe button. It's absolutely free and will allow you to come along on this Say What journey. Now, on to the video. The Eye of Providence, otherwise known as the All-Seeing Eye, is something that you can find on top of the pyramid on the dollar bill. It's a triangle with an eye in the center and rays of light surrounding it. Some believe it's a symbol of the Illuminati and Freemasons and that they have placed it on the dollar bill as a way to show their influence on us and our government. Others believe it represents the eye of God and that He is watching over us. I can't say why this symbol is located on the dollar bill and what it was intended to be a sign of today, but it is a symbol that has been around since the mid-1500s. It used to be looked at as a symbol of the Christian Holy Trinity. Taking that into consideration and the fact that it's located above these Latin words, which say, He has favored our undertaking, leans to it being a symbol for one person over a group of people. You might also notice that this symbol acts as the top of an unfinished pyramid. The pyramid itself symbolizes strength and durability, and it not being complete tells us that the United States will always grow, improve, and build. If you look even closer at the pyramid, you'll notice that there are 13 steps on it. In fact, the number 13 is all over the dollar bill. There are 13 arrows in the talion of the eagle, more on that eagle later, 13 olive branch leaves, and olive branch fruits, 13 stars above the eagle, 13 letters on the ribbon in the eagle's mouth, and 13 stripes on the shield. The arrows symbolize war, the olive branch and fruit symbolize peace, and their combination mean the U.S. will go to war for peace. The 13 letters say E pluribus unum, which is Latin for out of many, one. The 13 stripes on the shield and 13 stars above the eagle are said to represent the original 13 colonies, which is also why there are 13 arrows, olive branches, and letters. Some do, however, believe that this particular number is on the dollar bill so much because it's the Illuminati's favorite number. Now let's take a look at the top right. Near the number 1, you'll notice a tiny owl, or spider. What it actually is up for debate. Actually, the entire meaning behind this symbol is up for debate. An owl is widely viewed as the national symbol, and throughout history a symbol of wisdom and knowledge. It's thought as a symbol of wisdom due to the history of the goddess Athena. The owl helped the goddess to find a fertility plant and was a special bird to her, so it could be symbolizing the U.S.'s wisdom. At times the owl also symbolizes vision, so it's possible that it's a sign to watch as the U.S. transforms into something magnificent. The owl that's on the United States dollar is based on the U.S.'s Great Seal. And before placing the owl on this seal, its symbolism was studied significantly before deciding that to the U.S. it symbolizes unity. There are, however, more thoughts as to why the owl is located on the dollar bill. Some believe it represents Minerva, the Roman god of wisdom. This belief has led to even more thoughts, or what some would call conspiracy theories. And I think it would be fun for you to share the ones that you know in the comment section below. So if you're interested as well, be sure to read the comments. Now, what if it's a spider? What does the spider symbolize? To some Native American tribes, it signifies invincibility to arrows and bullets. Since you can shoot an arrow through a spider's web and leave the spider unharmed, an arrow could pass through a warrior and leave them unharmed. Others believe the spider represents the creator goddess because of the way they can weave. And one last belief of the spider's symbolism is that a spider sitting in its web, watching its prey get entangled, represents being caught in an illusion of the physical world. Now let the debate begin on whether it's an owl or a spider and why it's located on the dollar bill. Well, actually wait just a moment while I share a few more interesting things that are located on the dollar bill, like the hidden ghost. If you look closely at the 4th row on the pyramid, you'll see someone smiling at you. It looks a bit like a ghost. I'm not sure if it is, however, or why it would be there, but I do know some other fun facts on the dollar bill. Like George Washington never wanted his images on the U.S. currency since it reminded him of the king and queen. I don't believe it's being changed anytime soon though, since it took Congress 6 years to agree on the state seal, which is on the dollar bill. and Section 116 of the Financial Services and General Government Appropriations Act doesn't allow any money to be spent to redesign it. Thank goodness they are allowed to print the dollar bill, because as durable as they are, there's actually a science experiment that includes it being caught on fire and surviving. They are nasty though, full of all sort of bacteria, and not just a good kind, the kind that can make you sick. And 80% of dollar bills have traces of cocaine on them. On a good note though, if you would like to trace the dollar bill to see where it's been, you can on a website called Where's George. You can also purchase uncut sheets of the dollar bill and shredded dollar bills. And if you accidentally rip your dollar bill, as long as you have 51% of it, it's still worth $1. The dollar bill was also the first one to say "In God We Trust," and the eagle almost didn't make it onto the dollar bill since Benjamin Franklin didn't like the eagle as the national bird. He believed it was a bird with bad moral character, since it didn't fish for itself. So tell me, what did you find most interesting about the dollar bill? Let me know in the comments below. And if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to get more interesting content. See you next time. Say what?